In this video, we're gonna be going over the new top 5 fastest killing guns after the Modern Warfare 2 Season 3 update. A few weapons received buffs as well as nerfs. We're gonna have to go ahead and change our class setups to accommodate for the new meta, and these are perfect if you're trying to go ahead and increase your KD ratio or drop your first MGB nuke. So if you guys enjoy, drop a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Let's get right into it. So first off, we're taking a look at the CRONEN SQUALL, a brand new battle rifle here in Season 3 that is packing a serious punch. Now for the first attachment, we are going to go ahead and put on the X10 grip here to increase that sprint to fire speed as well as aim down sight speed. A fantastic attachment on the CRONEN to increase our close range handling to make sure this weapon feels more like an assault rifle as opposed to a battle rifle. Now for the tuning, we are going to bump up that sprint to fire speed to negative 0.26 and more recoil steadiness at plus 0.74. Since this is a battle rifle, we want to go ahead and tone down as much recoil as possible so we are deadly at longer ranges. We are going to rock a comb, and that's going to be the SAB comb to further increase that sprint to fire speed and additional aim down sight speed, again to strengthen its close to medium range handling and make it feel more like an assault rifle. For the tuning, we are going to bump up that aim down sight speed to negative 0.08 and more stabilization at plus 0.26. We are not going to rock a stock. These are going to be completely useless on this build. And we're also going to skip over the optic because we simply do not have enough attachment for this class setup. Now, we are also going to skip over the laser. These are going to be irrelevant on the CRONEN SQUALL. We're going to jump right over to the barrel, and we're going to rock that HR 6.8 barrel to increase that damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control, and added hip fire accuracy as a nice bonus here. We want to go ahead and make sure we can delete people at longer ranges. And yet again, the cons are going to be irrelevant because for the tuning, we are going to increase aim down sight speed to negative 0.34 and more steadiness at plus 0.39. Now, unfortunately, we cannot run a muzzle on this build. I'd love to run one, but we just don't have enough attachments available. Now, we are going to rock an underbarrel, which is going to be that F-Tac 56 to smooth out that recoil pattern, giving us increased aim auto stability and fire accuracy as well as recoil stabilization here. For the tuning, we are going to bump up the aim walking speed to negative 0.17 and aim down sight speed at negative 0.65, a fantastic attachment and tune combination so we can completely remove all recoil. Because we have an open slot and we need this, it's going to be that 50 round drum here. The more the merrier. We can wipe out the entire enemy team without a problem. All we need to land is 2 shots, very easy to do. And once you go ahead and jump into the firing range, we are going to go ahead and see we have a relatively quick ADS for a battle rifle and obviously controllable recoil. Commander of the build is going to be the dual Kadachis, stun grenade, proximity mine, and for the perks I have on double time scavenger, resupply, quick fix, as well as the field upgrade setup to pro, munitions box, and dead silence. This is a fantastic build if you're looking for a hard-hitting battle rifle AR combo that seriously can destroy everybody no matter where they are on the map. Now for set number 2, we're taking a look at the ISO. The ISO received a nerf. Air quotes around nerf. This update is seriously amazing still. Now for the class setup, we are going to start off with the Phantom grip here. This is going to be a great attachment to bump up that sprint to fire speed as well as aim down sight speed. We can snap at the targets very quickly, get that first shot, and with the ISO, we're getting that kill, believe that. Now for the tuning, we are going to increase the sprint to fire speed to negative 0.22 and additional aim down sight speed at negative 0.77. A phenomenal attachment and tune combination. We are not running a stock on this build. We do not need to run one here, but we are going to equip an optic, which is going to be that CRONEN Mini Pro, giving us a precision optic so we can easily take people out at those longer ranges because this class setup has literally 0 recoil. Now, as far as tuning goes, believe it or not, we are actually going to leave this alone. After the update, tuning the optic is going to cause this weapon to have a slower aim down sight, and we don't want that to happen. Now, we're going to be skipping over the laser because this is going to be irrelevant on this long range build, but for the barrel, we are going to rock that Fiedler T50 to increase that damage range, bullet velocity, hip fire accuracy, and additional recoil control so we can have literally 0 recoil and a very easy to use weapon across the map. Now for the tuning, we are going to bump up that aim down sight speed to negative 0.26 and aim walking speed to negative 0.37. A great balance here, close range as well as long ranges. Now for the muzzle, we are going to rock the Echoless 80. It's going to be a great attachment on the ISO in order to go ahead and get a high kill streak or to potentially drop your first MGB nuke. We're going to have that sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness. We could run on their spawn, build a quick and easy streak, and yet still have that long range capability here. For the tuning, we are going to bump up that bullet velocity some more to plus 0.74 and aim down sight speed at negative 1.04. And then finally, we are going to go ahead and equip the Commando foregrip to smooth out that recoil pattern on this assault rifle, giving us increased aim idle stability as well as recoil stabilization. And for the tuning, we are going to bump up that aim walking speed to negative 0.25 and aim down sight speed to negative 0.46. Once you go ahead and jump into the firing range, I'm very happy because this weapon is going to have a quick ADS. Unlike all my builds, I mean, there's no recoil with this. It is ridiculous. Man, the setup is going to be dual Kodachis, stun grenade, proximity mine, and for my perks, double time scavenger, resupply, quick fix, and for the field upgrades, we have pro enabled with munitions box and dead silence. Definitely a phenomenal class setup, one of the best weapons in the entire game. Super easy to use, and you should be able to get a nuke with this. Now for setup number 3, we're taking a look at the STB556, which received a massive buff this update, so it's nice to have this weapon as a part of the new meta. Now for the attachments, we are going to actually skip over the rear grip here. These are going to be completely irrelevant, and we're actually going to skip over the comb because we do not need to run any attachments on this assault rifle. We're going to jump right over to the stock, and we're going to rock the Bruin MX9 stock, taking that from the SMG to increase that crouch movement speed, sprint speed, as well as aim down sight speed, so we can run around and just destroy people at close ranges here. This weapon is comparable to the M4 now, which is a huge positive. So for the tuning, we are going to bump up that aim walking speed to negative 0.70 and aim down sight speed to negative 1.55. Definitely a great attachment tune combo, again bumping up that close range handling. We are going to rock an optic, and we are going to select the CRONEN Mini Pro here. Definitely a fantastic choice, giving us a cleaner optic picture so we can go ahead and destroy people at medium to longer ranges. And luckily, we are going to be tuning this, and we're going to be increasing that aim down sight speed to negative 1.94. That's it. We are not running a laser. These are going to be completely irrelevant on this build, but we are going to rock a barrel, which is going to be that 24.4 inch Bruin S620 barrel to increase damage range, bullet velocity, hip fire accuracy, and needed recoil control, so we can take people out at longer ranges without having to worry about a thing here. Now for the tuning, we are going to go ahead and counteract those cons, increasing that aim down sight speed by negative 0.28 and aim walking speed by negative 0.29 here, almost going ahead and mirroring these two for the tuning. Now we are going to rock the Echoless 80 as the muzzle. We're going to be running this because we want to get inside their spawn, build a quick and easy streak, stay alert, stay off the map, and overall a ghost and just destroying people. We have that sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil smoothness. With the tuning, we are going to bump up that bullet velocity at plus 0.81 and aim down sight speed at negative 0.86 here. A fantastic attachment and tune combination. And then finally for the underbarrel, we are going to rock the Commando foregrip to smooth out that recoil pattern here, giving us a very accurate and easy to use STB class after the update. For the tuning, we are going to bump up that aim walking speed to negative 0.12 and aim down sight speed almost all the way down to negative 0.77. Going in the firing range, you can be incredibly happy because we do have a quick ADS, and obviously, like all my builds, very controllable recoil here, an amazing setup. Now, for the setup, we are going to be building the dual Kodachis, stun grenade, proximity mine, and for the perks, we have on double time scavenger, resupply, quick fix. And for the field upgrades, we have pro enabled with munitions box as well as dead silence. Definitely give the STB556 a go. Again, it just recently got buffed, making it kind of feel like the M4. I'm enjoying it, and I think you guys will be as well. Now for setup number 4, we're going to take a look at the KASTOV 762. You guys cannot go wrong with this weapon. We have a build that's going to be an absolute melt machine. It's still being able to be controllable at longer ranges. Now for the attachments, we are going to start off with the True Tac Grip here. Definitely a great attachment to run on all the KASTOV variations, increasing that sprint to fire speed as well as aim down sight speed here. Getting that first shot is going to be crucial on a high damage assault rifle. Now for the tuning, we are going to bump up that sprint to fire speed to negative 0.16 and aim down sight speed at negative 0.45. You can't go wrong with this. It is going to be getting the shots down on target very fast. We're gonna be rocking a stock, and we're gonna be rocking that KASTOV Rama stock here. A great attachment to bump up that aim walking speed as well as that sprint speed here. Definitely a good attachment because we want to be walking around aim down sight, ready to win each and every gunfight, and this attachment will allow us to do that. Now for the tuning, we are going to increase the aim walking speed some more to negative 2.09 and aim down sight speed to negative 1.55. You're going to see in the firing range why this attachment is so damn effective. We are not running an optic because the iron sights are crystal clear on this assault rifle. We're not running a laser. These are going to be irrelevant. And believe it or not, we are also not running a barrel because these are not going to help us out either for this setup. We're going right over to the muzzle, and we're going to rock the SA Leveler 55. Run this weapon loud and proud here so we can benefit from increased horizontal and vertical recoil control, keeping this weapon controllable at longer ranges. Now for the tuning, we are going to bump up that gun kick control some more to plus 0.26 and aim down sight speed at negative 0.59. A fantastic attachment tune combo, and we're going to go ahead and match that up with the FTAC Rivet 56 to smooth out that recoil pattern. Now for the tuning, we are going to increase the aim walking speed to negative 0.34 and more stabilization at plus 0.57. In the final, we are going to actually put on some ammunition here, which is going to be that high velocity ammo to increase that bullet velocity, giving us an additional punch at those longer ranges. And for the tuning, we are going to bump up that bullet velocity at plus 6.97 and more damage range at plus 0.68. Now going into the firing range, I'm gonna be very happy because not only do we have a fast ADS, I mean, look how quick you can actually move aim down sight. And obviously, like all my builds, little to no recoil. Amazing. Main of the setup is going to be the dual Kodachis, stun grenade, proximity mine, and for the perks, we have on double time scavenger, resupply, quick fix, and for the field upgrades, we have pro enabled, munitions box, and dead silence. A phenomenal setup here. The KASTOV 762 is still meta here in season 3. And then finally, we are going to take a look at the Vel 46 here. This is going to be a great SMG to use after the update because this weapon is going to be benefiting a lot from having increased magazine size. Now for the attachments, we are going to start off and we're going to remove the rear grip from our normal class setup here. The rear grip is not going to help out the Vel 46, so we're going to be skipping over this. Instead, we're going to jump right over to the Vel collapse stock, which is going to be amazing, allowing us to have increased aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, as well as hip recoil control, going ahead and bumping up the close range handling, making sure we can destroy people if we're trying to run and gun. Now, we're going to skip over the optic here. The iron sights are crystal clear on the submachine gun. We're not going to need it. Now, we're also going to skip over the laser, believe it or not, and this is actually an attachment that always would run on the Vel. This time, we're going to skip over it. We're going to go over to the barrel, and we're going to rock that Lock DX 203mm barrel to increase that bullet velocity, damage range, recoil control, as well as hip fire accuracy, which is a nice benefit on the submachine gun. So we can go ahead and have a little bit more close range combat capability as well as long range capability, so we can take people out with assault rifles if we get into those engagements. For the tuning, we are going to bump up that aim down sight speed to negative 0.15 and recoil steadiness at plus 0.34. We're going to help that out some more with the X10 Razor comp to increase that horizontal as well as vertical recoil control, so we can go ahead and destroy people at medium to longer ranges, again, if we get those engagements. And honestly, the Vel, in my opinion, is best ran loud and proud. For the tuning, we are going to increase the gun kick control at plus 0.21 and aim down sight speed at negative 0.46, a great attachment and tune combination. Now for the underbarrel, we are going to rock that Shark Fin 90. This is going to be a great underbarrel, zero cons, just aiming out of stability so we can get our shots on target fast. Now for the tuning, we are going to bump up that aim walking speed to negative 0.28 and recoil stabilization here at plus 0.65. And because we are going to be rocking a different attachment, we're going to fill that void with the 50 round magazine, which works out quite well. We can run and gun and not have to worry about running out of ammunition. Now, once you jump in the firing range, you can be happy because not only do we have quick ADS, but we have 50 rounds that we can place accurately down range. Main of the build is going to be the dual Kodachis, stun grenade, proximity mine, and for the perks, double time scavenger, resupply, as well as quick fix. And for the field upgrades, we have pro selected with munitions box and dead silence. A fantastic run and gun SMG build here in season 3. Now, I do have a wildcard class setup just in case you don't like any of these weapons here. the TAC 56, the SCAR 2.0. This is going to be a great build for you guys. Now, we're going to start off with the demo clean shot grip, a great attachment on here, giving us that increased sprint to fire speed as well as aim down sight speed. You can't go wrong with this. Now, for the tuning, we are going to bump up the sprint to fire speed some more to negative 0.19 and aim down sight speed at negative 0.26. Fantastic. Now, we are going to rock a stock, which is going to be that TV Cardinal stock, bumping up that aim walking speed as well as sprint speed so we can run around the map and still be accurate and ready for winning gunfights at those longer ranges. Now, for the tuning, we are going to bump up that aim walking speed to negative 1.55 and more aim down sight speed at negative 1.81. Now, we are going to rock an optic, believe it or not, but you're going to see in the firing range why it's so helpful. The CRONEN Mini Pro, so we can be accurate at longer ranges. And for the tuning, we are going to bump up that aim down sight speed to negative 1.84. Luckily, this has not been messed with like the ISO HEMLOCK, unfortunately. We're not running a laser, irrelevant. We're not running a barrel, irrelevant. But we are going to go ahead and rock a muzzle, the FTAC KASTOV comp. So there's literally, I'm telling you folks, zero recoil with this build. Horizontal and vertical recoil control. For the tuning, we are going to bump up that gun kick control at plus 0.17 and aim down sight speed at negative 0.54. And then finally, for the underbarrel, we are going to rock FTAC 56 to smooth out the recoil pattern and wrap this entire class setup up. Now, for the tuning, we are going to increase that aim walking speed to negative 0.18 and recoil stabilization at plus 0.46. Now, once you go ahead and jump in the firing range, you're going to love this class setup. Quick ADS, and I'm telling y'all, man, you can do this blindfolded. Zero recoil. Main of the build is going to be the dual Kadachis, stun grenade, proximity mine, and for the perks, double time scavenger, resupply, quick fix, and obviously for the field upgrades, pro enabled with munitions box and dead silence. This is a fantastic build. You guys are gonna love it. I say it as a wild card because there's some new guns you should definitely check out in season 3. Now, if there are 2 classes I want you guys to check out right now, definitely go ahead and give the CRONEN SQUALL a go. Brand new DLC weapon, worth a shot. And also go ahead and give the STB 556 a go. Recently buffed, and honestly, it is part of the season 3 meta. If you guys enjoyed the video and you guys teared up with any of these setups, let me know down in the comment section. And as always, y'all, make sure you guys drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications. It's been your boy Ears. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. This is